Hey, how's it going? Chris Pearson, co-founder at 3 Beacon Marketing here with you today. I'm going to show you how to plan the next 90 days of daily emails in less than 15 minutes. Yes, that is possible. With the tools and the process I'm about to show you, any e-com brand, direct to consumer, can do this, get out of the spreadsheet and start sending emails. Because the more emails you can send, the more opportunities your customers have to buy from you. And that's what we're trying to do. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start a stopwatch. We're going to dive into this process, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. There we go, 0. You can watch that if you ever want to check. It's up here in the top left in the tab. So let's go back to the spreadsheet here. What I'm going to do is essentially walk through setting up each of these columns. In most cases, we can get all the way to G in this process because the subject line in CTA typically comes after you write the copy. If you write these first, they most likely will get changed. So we'll get all the way to G, and then if we have time, I'll go ahead and mess around with showing you how to get some subject line ideas and CTA ideas within that 15 minutes. So let's get started. First, we want to go with the date. So we're going to pull this up. We're going to start at the time of this recording. I'm going to go ahead and plan out from September forward for 90 days. We're actually going to format this. So we have number, date. So I want Friday. I want the day in there too, so we know. And we're going to pull that all the way down to November 30th. Perfect. Now, I went ahead and found a brand that I thought I would like to work with. I have not worked with these guys before, this brand, and I thought their products were interesting, and I found them on the internet. So I'm going to use this with a brand that I'm not familiar with, just to show you that this process and these tools are possible to do this. So the brand that I'm going to be working on is Base Balm. So what they sell are a beef tallow balm for skin, for lips, hairspray, things like that. Their whole deal is bringing back and bringing in the aesthetic renaissance. So pretty cool brand. I'm going to use this as an example to build out this 90-day email calendar for you. So first column here, C, category. What does that mean? We're not talking about the categories or the how you organize your website menu or the hierarchy of your website. These are just general shopping categories. If a customer were to go to a grocery store or go to a shopping center or go to a specialty store, what category would they find your product in? That's what we're looking for. So all this is going to take, we're going to go ahead and hit shop. And it looks like Base Balm has all of their products. They have roughly 10 to 13, it looks like. All we're going to do is we're just going to copy all the text here, pull it over to ChatGPT and say, can you take this info and give me a list of products and their descriptions. Cool, so I should give it out. So you have those, and then can you organize these into general shopping categories a customer would find them in, like skin care, lip care, etc. Perfect. So you have the product description, and they're organizing into the categories that the customer would potentially find them in. Skin care, lip care, hair care, oral care, gift sets, digital products. Cool. So give me a list of the categories. Awesome. So we have that set. Perfect. We're going to take this. Now, something to keep in mind is when you open a ChatGPT session, it is a one long string session. So building this spreadsheet out with one ChatGPT session is actually going to speed it up for you because ChatGPT will recall what you did prior in the session. There is a token or a limit to what it can recall, but with this type of planning, you're very unlikely to hit that token to where it can't recall something. So that's why we're doing this in one session in ChatGPT. Next, we're going to look at segments. So the segments, typically there's 4 that I start clients with: non-buyers, one-time buyers, repeat buyers, and VIP. The whole goal is to get them to move up a tier. So if they haven't purchased, we want to get 1 purchase. If they purchased once, we can get them into second and repeat purchases. If they've been doing that, we want to get them to VIP status, which can be anywhere from 2 to upwards of 10 times the AOV that your store experiences. So it just depends on what those goals and those numbers are. So typically we start with those 4. I'm going to use those 4 here just to keep things simple. If you have a big enough list and a large enough quantity of products or volume of products, you can segment more. For Base Balm, they have roughly 10 to 13, so these 4 make sense. Frankly, these 4 may be too many. I would go non-buyers and buyers and maybe a VIP, but we'll stick with these 4 for now. So we're going to take this. We're going to take these columns. We're going to give it to ChatGPT and say, I'm going to have you fill these columns out eventually. Ingest oops, into nothing with yet. Cool, so we primed it, we're gonna give them those columns. Next, we wanna talk about the pains, problems, and concerns. So we'll go ahead and take these categories again and say categories and say, can you give me the top 3? And let's make our lives easier and not have to type. Pull over the problem, pain, concern text there per category for based balm brand. Cool. What this should do, and we'll see, is it'll give us the problem, pain, concern, etc. for each of these, the 3. Great. And this is a start. There's probably more than 3. There's probably a dozen, 2 dozen per. And so we'll start with 3 for now because this is plenty. You've got, what is this? 6 categories, 3 apiece. If we're doing basic math, that's a shit ton, right? That's a ton of 3 times 6. That's a ton, right? That's 18 different things. So that's plenty. That's more than half a month of ideas for emails. And you can ask for more, but we'll start with this. Cool. So now we're going to take this and we're going to say, can you insert, actually, here, whoops. Then we're going to take these dates, we're going to run it across here, go down to those so we get all the categories, all the segments, the pain, problem column. It already has these, and say, can you fill this out for me using the info above? No more than 1 category. Pain, problem, concern per row. Fill out the table for me. Cool. So you got 6 days, categories. Oh, there we go. Please rotate through segments. 1 segment per row. Cool, you just ask it to do so for you, and it does that. So now we have these, we have this base. This is the base we're gonna work with here. And then ultimately what we wanna do is get the rest of the month done for September. So you can say, please continue this for the rest of September. Let's just see what it does with that. Please continue this for the rest of September. And it should give us all those dates, categories, segments, problem, pains, and concerns. Okay. Oh, there it is. Now, before we move on and do October, November, I want to make sure that our solutions and our products are actually ingested in the sense that they're going to be used in this table. So we're going to add these products that I just copied again. So I went over here, selected all the information here, hit copy, Command or Control C to copy it, and going back here and saying, can you add a column the right and pair a single product to each row to solve the problem, pain, concern that is listed. Do this for September. Cool. We'll give that information back. Let's see what it comes up with. Perfect. So it's just listing names. Let's check a couple. So thinning or weak hair, base balms, Elysian nectar, salted rosemary oil, beach hairspray. Yep. Let's see here. Sun damage and protection. Base balms found in the sun bundle. Sensitivity to ingredients. Base balms, lip feelers, giant natural lip balm. So there's the natural ingredients, not harsh chemicals. That one might be a stretch. It is lip care, so we'll throw it in there. But the angle or the problem concern is going to be sensitivity to ingredients. That's fine. So yeah, we've got September done. Cool. So we'll go ahead and take this. We'll throw it into. Oh, it didn't let me copy. There we go. We'll throw it into the spreadsheet here. And we have September planned. And there's that. We're 8.5 minutes in, and with some explanation, you have it planned. Now, all we have to do here is say, continue this process for October. Let's see what it does. Cool, it did just October. Sometimes it'll repeat what it has and then keep going, but because when you ask it to continue, it'll just do what it did prior and then keep going. It started right on October. So we'll go ahead and pull this. Oops. Copy this down. Awesome. We'll pull that in for October. And then we'll do November. Continue this for November. Do only November. We'll wait for that to happen. Now while that's going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here. There are different types of emails you can send. So you've got your category, skincare, segment is non-buyer, so that's who you're speaking to. The problem, pain, or concern you're speaking about, like why the customer's here listening to you, right? And then the product you're going to offer to solve or remedy or fix this problem, pain, or concern, right? So you have all the core pieces of what you need to actually create the email. Now, how do we want to package that message up, right? The type of email is just the packaging. So these are emails. These are email types that I've used for more than 4 years that win consistently for clients. So I'll go ahead and take these. We'll throw them into ChatGPT. Actually, I took a picture. We'll move November over first so we can close out that part of the task. Drop that in. Cool. Now we want to take the types here, and all we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull and drag over. That should be the right one, right? Yeah. Can you take these types in this image and add a column to September's rows? No more one type per row. Use the exact names. Do not repeat the same type each week. Cool. Throw that in there, see what happens. It should append a column to the right with the exact name. Yep, perfect. And it'll run through that. Now these types is basically just how to package up the email. For example, a base balm signature tallow or base balm's signature tallow balm as a personal story, as a contrarian message, as a news story, as a metaphor and simile. That's 4 different ways to talk about that product. But add in, multiply the dry you skin, chapped dry lips, thinning and weak hair, tooth sensitivity. There's 4 problems there. 4 times 4, that's 16 different emails for one product. And so when you multiply the type and the problem, pain, concern for the given category and the product you have I don't want to say an infinite, but you have a lot of emails you can actually write to get your customer in the door. So let's go ahead and pull this one over. Do this for October. Okay, we're going to pull this over, and then that'll line up those here. Do this for November. Cool. Time check. We're at 12 minutes, and we are basically November away from being done. And then since we'll have time, I'll go ahead and look at the subject line and CTAs and see if we can pull up some stuff that'll work. Get you some ideas on that. Cool. We'll do November. We'll pull October in, and that will be planned for us. There's October. There's that. Okay. Now while November's working down here, I'm going to get this ready here. So all we're going to do here is we're going to take what we want to do is we want to take the category. We want to take, let's see, type is in there. So all this is already in ChatGPT. We just need to ask it for it. So for September, give me a subject line and CTA as 2 new rows, one per one. So I need a subject line. Oops, for September. Is November done? November's done. Let's copy this over, and we'll think about this prompt here, this simple, easy prompt here in a second. We'll pull it over, and we'll stop the timer because our calendar's done. We're planned, right? We're planned. We could take this and start writing emails, yeah? So go ahead and stop the timer. Oops, that said roughly 13 minutes. We'll go there. So roughly 13 minutes, and we have 2 minutes left, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do the subject line CTA piece just as an extra, and I'm only going to do a couple of them. So all you have to do is go in here and say, cool, we already have September, October, and November already in here. So for the first week of September, give me a subject line and CTA as 2 new columns per row. Focus on either the benefit of the product or the pain of the concern. Add this onto the September table. Okay, pretty descriptive. We'll see what it comes up with. Cool. So we'll drop these in here, and we'll take a peek at them. Oh, it's gonna pull the whole thing. That's okay. We'll pull the whole thing. Okay, over there. Let's go take a peek at what it did for us. We'll pull it over. Cool. So let's look at these. Say goodbye to dry, irritated skin. Pretty on the nose, but we can work with that. Is your lip balm really helping you? That's good. That's curious. Struggling with thinning hair. We've got you covered. That's too general. I would do something else. Treat your teeth like pearls. Maybe, depending on the idea. Tooth sensitivity. Base balms, pearl remineralizing fluoride. Okay, yeah, I can see that. CTA, the gift everyone will love. That's a gift card. Yep, don't get lost in the diet jungle. That's a fun one. Okay, protect your skin the natural way. So, roughly speaking, 50% of these subject lines you could probably run with as is, but the rest of them you want to mess with and update or try to make it more curious, make it more benefit driven, whatever it may be. Make it a listicle, something. Typically, you don't write the. Typically, I don't advise my clients to write the subject line in CTA until after the copy is written, because the CTAs will be in the copy. And since the subject line is promising what the customer is going to get inside the email, it's the safest and probably the best way is to pull lines out of the email that you've already written, because it's already there, and you can just you can test 5, 6, 7 subject lines from one email and throw it up there in the subject line and test it, and you're delivering on the promise that you're giving, right? If you write the subject line first and use that to put some bumpers or like frame in your email and restrict you on what you can do with it, it's not going to be fun. So anyway, that's what I would suggest there. By the way, that's pretty much it. This is the process that I go through with all of my clients and how we plan emails. If you would like help with this, or you'd like somebody else to do this for you, or if you'd like somebody to coach your team on how to do this, check out the description below, book a call with me, and I'll talk you through the process of what this looks like, and we can look at helping you out. If you're looking for more info, check out the other videos on this YouTube channel. We've got education, we've got guides, we've got information, we've got pretty much anything you need to help with ecom, D2C ecom brands. So check those out, and we'll talk soon.